Hello, my name is Ty. I'm a guy that likes to paint, specifically clothes usually. And today I'm going to be showing you a pair of pants that I recently made inspired by the anime Frieren. It also features a dragon because I think dragons are cool. This pair of pants was made using a thrifted pair of white pants that I just had laying around. I never really wore them because I just thought they were kind of boring and they had a small stain on them. So yeah, upcycled them, painted them, and here is the process of making my free rent pants, and I hope you enjoy. So here, after placing the white pants just on my canvas board, I'm just sketching it out. The sketch is based on some digital art I made. The digital art piece is also just a combination of two reference images. So one for the face and then one for the body shape. I usually just go in with a white pencil, but since these pens are obviously white, that wasn't going to work. So I just used a really light pencil, sketching out the big shapes and then going in with a few more details to just give me some guidelines. I usually end up covering up my initial sketch anyways, and also with textile painting like this, the initial sketch will wash out so long as you don't use a pencil that is too dark. So this will all wash out. It's just to give me the guidelines I need for the next step, which will be painting it, of course. So this is based on Frieren, of course. I recently started watching Frieren because I also recently started getting back into anime. I've always liked anime, and whenever I watch a cool show, it just kind of inspires me to want to make something cool based on it. I really love streetwear and bold style, and so this is my way of kind of creating something I like based on, other forms of media that I consume. So yeah, just, going in, adding the details, and then once I was happy with it, as you can see on the side, the dragon I already sketched out. The dragon isn't really based too much on the dragons in the anime because I don't actually really like the design of the dragons from the anime that much, but I do love dragons, so I just kind of made my own. Here's a look at the sketch. Nothing too crazy or too detailed. Like I said, this will be washing out anyways, so not too much point in going super detailed. Now is the usual base process, I suppose you could say, for my textile paintings, which is going in with a white and just creating some shapes. On these white pans, you can just barely make it out, so it's enough for me to understand where I'm putting what shapes, starting with the face, as the face is usually the most crucial part of the anime painting for me. If the face is right, or at least close enough, then I usually feel good, and the rest of the body can just kind of go along with it. So as I'm adding parts here and there, I'm mostly just playing around with the shapes, which is what the white paint lets me get away with without committing to anything too much, because from there I will usually do another layer on top where I can be a little bit more detailed. So it essentially allows me to go from a very rough sketch and just slowly shape and form the final design, which is just kind of how I like to paint. There's no real specific reason to that. It's just kind of a self-taught method, I suppose. And it allows me to play around more, which is what I like doing when painting. I don't really try to be too detailed or specific or perfect, because as soon as I try to do that, I just hate it. So here's what it's looking like so far, and now for some details in blue. I did want to create some magical effects or streaks of light coming from the staff, so just using a ruler to paint some straight lines, because I cannot do that without a ruler. So after adding all of the blues I wanted to the Frieren sketch, I then go in with this kind of, I think, really ugly gold shade in fabric paint. I've had it for a long time, never really used it because it honestly resembles more, or looks more like a brownish green to me than it does actual gold. But hey, I figured let me at least use some of it. So going in with a really small brush and then adding details to the outer part of the skirt, the tops of the boots, the cufflinks, and that like little jacket thing she wears. So just doing little abstract patterns to give the impression of ruins. And there you go. After adding the final details and also going in on the dragon with the flowers and putting it through a wash cycle, it's now ready to be worn. And here's what they look like when worn. I really like the way it came out. I'm glad I stuck to a kind of simple white and blue color palette. Overall, I'm really happy with them, and they are now available on my Yaga shop if you are in South Africa, or if you are outside of South Africa, you can also reach out. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Please do subscribe, and I'll see you next time.